Okay, is there a question?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please.
Decent. Ermeling.
Here.
Jamelin.
Here.
Maloney.
Yes.
Jean. Excused.
Okay, approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, of November 20th. Motion by Dave,
Second by Maloney.
second by Maloney. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Any public comments?
I'm gonna speak as a public. So I'm really happy our taxes are going down. So I just want to thank the finance committee for all the hard work you've done getting that to go down, and the finance department and our brand new administrator. I'm sure all of you and Public Works, thanks for not buying that piece of equipment. So really big on our taxes going down. Thank you all. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Zoom meeting, anybody on the computer or?
Just staff.
No?
Just staff.
Let the record show that Dave Deason is here and he should be sitting up here. Oh, you're gonna get a name?
I
Good
didn't-
job.
Oh, I didn't grab my name.
You're not gonna be here long.
No. Okay, acknowledge work product, November budget status report.
In the packet, we have a nice narrative again. It's showing that our revenues are above budget currently. We still have like our cable franchise fees. Charter hasn't paid us for a half a year yet. No, so they haven't paid since June, so they're 1 quarter behind. So the cable franchise fees looks low, but hopefully by the end of January, we'll have all the funds that we budgeted for. Other than that, we got our shared revenue payment from the Village of Rothschild. It totaled around $110,000 this year. We budget about $93,000. So we received a little bit more than budgeted. That is the payment that will be going away in the next couple of years. Other than that, there's nothing too big. Obviously, just interest income continues to grow, which is very nice. The expenditures 90.4 expended compared to 89.7 last year. Very similar. The years are very close. We did buy salt, which I don't think is reflected in this. We got another $50,000 worth of salt to fill our salt shed. There's plenty of room in the budget, so it was probably a good purchase for this year.
Did you just say we bought $50,000 worth of salt?
Yes,
Oh,
$50,000.
$50,000 worth of salt, okay. So, was that price about what we have been expecting to pay in the past year?
We have a contract. We have a yearly contract.
Yeah, so was this year's price about the same as last year's price, or has salt gone up?
I think it went up like $1 or so a ton.
Yeah, okay, that's not much.
I think last year we were at 98, and this year we're just around 100.
Yeah, okay, and that tonnage that we bought, is that a couple months worth? Is that the rest of the winter, or?
No, we ended up buying 1,000 tons every year. I think the budget was 2,000 tons, so we bought 50% of what we were
Okay,
thinking.
so that'll get us way into the winter.
It'll get us through, yeah. I mean, especially with the way November and
Yeah.
December have been.
So far, winter's been kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good, thank you.
So you had existing salt.
We had some, yes.
Did you rotate it?
We moved over everything that was at the other building and then bought an additional 100 or
Can you
100.
put it behind? Can you use the old stuff first or no? Because you can go in both
You can
sides now.
Mix it, yeah. So we have
You can go in.
sand, on the north side and our salt on the
That's right.
south side.
When did you get the new salt, if I can ask?
Last 2 weeks.
Okay, good. I was in before that and I drove in there
Yeah.
with a carload of people that begged me not to do that, but I did anyway, and it looks like a potato, a big potato shed.
Yeah.
Because there's an awful lot of room in there. It's kind of scary.
Now there's no room in there.
I mean, I imagine, yeah, because I was able to drive in. So
Now it's full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, yeah.
if my wife went there with me, I would have definitely taken some and walked it. So anyway,
Any other?
I got a picture.
yeah, you got a picture. There you go. Yeah, there you go. What else did you say, Jessica? You said several things on that. Not TDS, charter. So charter, is this the first time you've ever done it?
They've paid the first 2 quarters,
They ever been behind like this?
and not that I remember this far.
Okay, and then this is all driven off of subscriptions, right?
Yep,
So they pay off of subscribers and there's no level that if we go low enough, then they don't pay anymore, right? No.
no,
Are we at any kind of, we'll probably never get to that level that TDS needs us to get to then to pay us back our money, right?
I don't believe so.
Because everyone's streaming and doing different things now, so, okay. Okay,
My question is, are we budgeting less each year from the money we get from Rothschild, knowing that in the very near future, it's going to be gone?
So what happened is we budgeted $93,000 as taxes for our capital improvement fund. The intention is to move that back to the general fund when we need it. That's why those dollar amounts. That's why I haven't budgeted more closer to actual for the actual revenue received from Rothschild. We've kept it at 93,000.
Yeah, because I don't know how many more years, but it can't be.
It's either 25 or 26. I really don't.
I was kind of hoping that we weren't depending on that.
No, that actually happened before I even came back. They intentionally budgeted 93,000 for both the general fund and for the taxes going to the capital improvement fund. So, yep.
Any other questions or comments?
thank
Okay.
you.
May I have a motion to acknowledge?
So moved.
Moved by Dave. Ethan. Second by Jay. Gemma. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So carried. Okay, then TIF 1 and 2, detailed reports for November.
I don't know if you guys looked through, but the interest income in TIF 1 is pretty impressive. I was impressed anyway. So as I said once before, if the board decides that they want to give out more grants for TIF 1, that is allowing us to have more funds to do that. So I thought it was really a great opportunity if we want to do something special with those monies instead of just absorb it. Other than that, there was a payment recorded for the Weston Avenue project that is continuing to move forward. Other than that, there is nothing really specific for the TIF activity. Any questions on TIF?
I need a motion to acknowledge.
Motion to acknowledge,
Second.
By Mark.
second by Dave.
Deason.
Decent.
On the question, all in favor signify by saying
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Number 8.
In your packet is the detail for legal expenses that we paid in November. Is there any questions on that?
So we're up to date to November?
Mhm.
So just December's out? Okay.
So you can see in the description, I have the date through what the service was billed. So it was billed through 11/20. So our next bill will probably go through around 12/20.
Motion to acknowledge that.
Yes, please.
So moved.
Motion by Dave, Deason,
Second by Maloney.
Steve,
Second.
Jim,
Oh,
got you.
I'm sorry.
Mark and
He
second.
does a hand.
Yeah,
motion.
that's what I pay attention,
That's all right.
so you gotta-
You do watch, I know. I don't.
On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, so carried. All right, just let me get back down here again. And then we have education presentations, there's nothing under that, I assume. I'm sorry. Policy issues, 2023 budget amendment transfer surplus to capital.
So in your packet, I have a little summary. During the year in 2023, we had very large or unexpected high interest rates. So we have a surplus of around $200,000 in our general fund. And with a lesser of a winter, we had some excess in our winter maintenance, about $100,000, maybe a little bit more, depends how everything comes out at the end. But we're looking at a very large surplus again, around $400,000. With that, taking a look at our fund balance, if you look up at the screen, this is a history of our fund balance since 2017. It has really gone up. And we are anticipating it to go up again. Our fund balance policy has it so that our fund balance should be between 20 and 33% of our subsequent year's budget. So when we're looking at the 2024 budget, we take about 3-4 months worth, and that should be our budget. Right now, we're looking closer to 50%. There is no benefit for the village to continuing to increase our fund balance. I always said in the future, I don't like using fund balance because then Moody's always looks at you and you look at your financial statements, why are you using fund balance? So it's, in my opinion, it's really better to use your fund balance. I mean, keep it stable, keep a healthy fund balance, but we're there already. So what we need to do is look at the funds that we have and maybe move some of the expenditures that we were anticipating in the 2024 budget, move them back. And then the benefit of that is if 2024 doesn't look as rosy as 23, we've already spent the expenditures that we're planning on, and then we just wouldn't be spending as much as we thought we would have in 2024.
why does Moody's not like that?
It's just a opportunity for them to ask questions and really, what are you doing there?
Accounting principle.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Tell
Well,
them. You can't know everything. Tell them that. Just I don't know.
it's definitely a strategy to do, but if you don't need to use your fund balance, it's better just to continue normal operations without varying.
Okay.
People don't question that.
So now this won't
Yeah.
affect any our the state about our, no, the name just went out.
Expenditure restraint.
Yeah,
No, so
thank you. The name just went as I was talking.
last year's CPI was 8%. We didn't have an 8% increase in revenue, so we could not increase our expenditures 8%. So we had a large capacity. We could increase our revenues almost $400,000 and still stay within the expenditure restraint. I was not, I don't want to increase them that much, obviously. My goal, what I'm recommending is about 295,000.
Well, I was just kind of wondering, how that works with the.
This year is special too, because they're kind of throwing with the additional shared revenue that all the municipalities use, they kind of are starting fresh for your expenditure restraint. Because you couldn't really stay within the required amount with the additional revenue received from the state. So they're gonna require us to fill out the form this year, but it's gonna be set a new base. So that's,
Okay, well, I was just when we were talking, I'm going, Oh geez, how is that gonna affect the, because anytime we exceed our spending, it usually means.
Yeah, it's usually bad, but no, with this, they still have not redone the formula for expenditure restraint. If the formula would have allowed for additional state revenue, then this new state revenue really wouldn't have messed up, and it would have been able to continue with the, okay, let me stop. They would have been able to continue with the formula if their formula took into consideration additional non-tax revenue. But their formula does not. It only looks at the expenditures that you're increasing, and if you're expensing more than what they think you should, they will not give you your expenditure restraint funds. There we go.
Okay, that's what I was concerned about. That's-
Jamie, do you have anything you wanted to add to that at all, given your past history or whatever?
No,
No? It's all sounding good?
it all sounds good.
Okay. Just
And we
wanted-
talked about the items that are in the budget amendments as department directors. They're all things that will be helpful to the budget next year.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay, so do I have a?
Yes.
motion to
Should we talk about these?
Oh,
So let's talk about
I'm
these.
sorry.
Well, do you want to, should we look at what's in there?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So one of the big things, there's a couple big things in here, which we kind of need to probably address separately, but we're gonna throw this out here. The first big thing is the copier. The copier was looking at being replaced in a couple years. There is opportunity for it to be replaced now. The one upstairs cannot, there's no parts for it. It's kind of an old one, so
Purchase or lease?
we are going to purchase.
Okay.
So Nate got a quote, it's about $5,000.
The entire printer is $5,000.
Mhm.
The whole thing,
Copier printer, yes,
everything. And color?
I believe so.
Where you buy that from?
I don't know.
I think it's EO Johnson.
Or Marquardt, or Mark, okay, $5,000. Wow, that's cheap.
I think it might be an end of year special because one of the stipulations was you need to be able to get this by year end. So this is,
Yeah.
that was one of the stipulations when we talked about additional purchases.
No service agreement there though.
You serious? They have to have service, they have to have one.
They don't have to have one.
Well, no, you don't have to.
I think we usually have one, so when the copier breaks, we give them a call and they come
Then
fix
you have
it.
a certain, month or every 2 months, they come and clean it, and, look at it a few times.
Okay.
That's what we do anyway.
Since we're purchasing it, though, I think it's, we have the service agreement, but it's time and materials. It's not where you lease and then they cover those expenses.
Okay.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yep.
Moving right along.
Moving right,
Yeah, but we email a lot. We don't print a whole bunch, do we?
no,
Okay.
no.
All of us, some of us don't.
Well, what we do. So, yeah, some of us don't at all, right? Okay. So printer?
Another big item on there I'm gonna point out is the $30,000 for the old municipal center. We originally were coding a lot of this in a capital fund, which would have been funded by debt proceeds or other revenues. With the room in the general fund, I'm requesting moving it to the general fund to be paid with excess funds.
Okay.
And that includes a private well abandonment and the asbestos removal.
I'm not sure if this is the right time, but you did mention the old municipal center. So are we, obviously, we're marketing that.
It's on the board agenda tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, I will not be here, but are we looking at demolishing it and just selling the lot, or are we gonna try to sell it as is, or
Right
where
now.
are we at with that?
So right now, we have an offer of $100,000, and they have to demolish everything.
Yeah,
One building will stay up in the back with a 3-year, $3 million increment. In 3 years, it has to be at a $3 million increment. There has to be that much stuff on there. Now, I guess
And if not-
then that person, that developer's gonna have to pay for up to 10 years, right? I think is what it is. Yeah, 10 years. And then we would get our money back in the 10th year. There is an argument that we're selling it too cheap, but then if we sell it for $800,000 and we have no increment on there, then what kind of control do we have?
Mhm.
And I believe there's some things that could possibly be on there already, and I would bet that increment's gonna be really close with additional land left to still be developed. So I've had some, I don't know if this is the time to say it, but I've had some developers call, questioning because they've heard bits and pieces, and the minute I say a $3 million increment, they're going, well, what do you mean? I said, well, then obviously we wouldn't sell it that low without that. And one of them was Jackie and Doug Bender. And they had asked, and they said, well, how do I sell our property next to Patron? And I go, well, if you want to sell it, obviously you can't get back the taxes like we can. So you need to get your value out of it, but we're doing it this way so that we get some tax increment back. And then she understood, but she didn't hear that $3 million increment.
No.
She only heard
She got
the first
She got
part.
bits and pieces.
Yeah, so she's okay now.
Yeah, okay,
Anyway,
thank you.
and they have a lot of land. They have a lot of developable land that
Oh,
they could sell. So.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that answers your question.
no, it does,
Okay.
thank you.
I didn't mean to butt in.
Thank you.
Okay,
The other big thing I want to address on there is a $35,000 Sprinter van. We're looking at replacing the old building inspector van with a Sprinter van. And the approximate value is $35,000. We're looking at a used van for that
I was gonna
price.
say, that's gotta be used.
Yep.
Is it
Um,
a Ford or Mercedes?
Those are Fords. We found two that are currently on lots that we're
Okay.
acquiring.
Okay, another big thing I want to look at is $100,000. Right now, I'm looking at moving $100,000 of street maintenance out of the CIP fund back to the general fund. It kind of will absorb the excess salt or the excess budgeted monies for salt that we did not use. So we're just gonna put more street maintenance in there. We did have a large expense. One of our plow trucks, the engine went. That's approximately $37,000 that we paid to fix that.
How old is the truck?
It was a 7-year-old truck.
Wow, that's kind of new. How many miles?
Don't remember the miles, we did get about a $12,000 break on the bill from Mac, just due to its low miles. We put hours on vehicles more so than,
Are most of our trucks Max? Well, they're dump trucks, so yeah.
yeah, and we got Max and Freightliner prior to predominant.
that's the culprit that did your leaf.
That was one of the leaf trucks, yeah, so it's a leaf truck in the fall, it's a plow truck in the winter, it's
Got the outfit out of Point?
yeah, right now, I guess it's Crete,
Crete, it's Crete. Yeah, we have Mack trucks, but we haul. We're not dump trucks, so we will never buy another Mack truck as long as we live. But we're going back to Freightliner. But dump trucks, that's what they're supposed to be for, so. Yep. Yeah, Crete, I've got too many bills from Crete, that's for sure.
Couple more things to point out, $17,000 for repair and maintenance supplies for Public Works. This stacking up knowing that there's room in the budget. And then for parks, we had $12,000 for misallocated wages. So every time when we budget between Public Works and parks, we never know where they're gonna go. I think part of the problem is winter maintenance. We have a lot of park employees or a couple park employees that code their time to winter maintenance when they're plowing. And they weren't in the plow trucks too much last year. So we moved some of the wages from streets to parks.
The upstairs mezzanine, with the repair shop, how often do we inventory parts?
mechanics, I know every truck has a bin, like as far as like our regular consumables like filters. So then as soon as they do an oil change, they'll go order. So that the next oil change, we have everything. So we keep, I guess, a one supply for that.
Well,
Or
that's an oil change, but I mean, I'm sure we have other parts up there, right? Or no?
Not much.
we have some, I mean, you think of like, we have hydraulic hoses of varying lengths, different fittings.
So really not that much. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we keep I guess what we call the regular consumables on hand. I mean, we do have plow blades.
That was in the budget, wasn't it? That was what Brian was ordering.
Yeah.
So that's what is the large dollar amount, is those large items.
Yeah, so
Everything else is just in time.
for the most part,
You know,
yeah.
so like Fastenal or this or
Yeah,
that.
Fastenal, O'Reilly's, Napa, those guys are pretty quick.
And then all tools are ours.
Correct,
No tools are mechanics.
correct.
I know, well, we had a big issue with,
Before
yeah,
the dinosaurs came.
yeah, I know.
Any
Okay.
other items that you have questions on that list?
Not for me.
We had $16,000 for skate park repairs.
I saw that. I was wondering, I questioned on how much the bollards were, but, and I didn't get a number,
Oh, those are 12 grand.
11 or something, right? Or how much?
Yep, $12,000.
Okay, 12. And that's including the covers that are coming still, right?
Yeah, I do.
We've got some sleeves that are coming.
Yeah, they're
What
kind of
colors are
stone.
they? Like yellow, orange, or red or something? Already blue.
I forget which one Sean picked, but it's either a red or a beige to kind of match the,
Well, beige would be silly.
Yeah.
I mean,
so maybe it's not that.
it's gotta be a safety color. I mean, it can't be like blend in and, you know.
It can be a stone color out there,
Well,
just.
It's a. Okay,
You
All
gotta
right.
come, you gotta come.
so
to
you
the-
got some nutball that wants to
You
drive
gotta
through our
come-
front
you
and
gotta
now he's
come to
gonna
the
sue us
committee.
because he couldn't see our ballards,
You
you
gotta
know?
come to the meeting if you wanna input on the color.
I know. What am I doing? I know, what am I? I just gotta learn to shut my mouth. It can't be tan. I mean, it'd be I think if you get tan ballard covers, that'll be the first ever.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
You should have got those red target balls.
Did you see the
Those are made
decorated
at, those are made at Wassa Tile.
I spent a summer working on those,
Oh, did you? Oh, cool.
filling the little grout holes.
How they decorate 'em?
I don't know, they put a cloth cover over.
Moving right along.
Yeah. Hey, we got till 6 o'clock. I mean, we got all
Yeah, no, we
kinds of
don't.
things.
No, I got until 5:30.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. Well, because of Barb, we're gonna move forward. Okay, how's that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
You know,
anything
we-
else, Jess?
No, that's about it. So I'm kind of looking for two recommendations. One, to accept the budget amendments. If you want to add anything or delete anything, that's fine. But then I also I would like the committee to recommend to the board that we are able to transfer any excess fund balance to the capital improvement fund.
So if you would, when you make your motion,
There's two,
read it,
there's two on there, so.
read that. Oh, you don't have. I'm sorry.
What do you want?
Okay, I would like a motion, well, I guess it's up to you, but there's a motion, I recommend the village board.
I'll do it. I mean, if you don't wanna do it. I'll
Yeah,
do it.
go ahead.
So I recommend the village board approve the recommended 2023 budget amendments with the following changes and transfer any surplus in the general fund to the capital improvement fund. And is there another way there, or is that the way you wanted it?
No, that's the
Because
one.
I see board and then I see board.
So there's the top one
Board one?
as presented and the bottom one. Okay, don't look at the board. There's two there. Sorry. There's a top one or a bottom one. So the top one is if you don't have any recommended changes, and the bottom one is if you have recommended changes.
I said the one with that I have no recommended changes, plus I want anything to go to the CIP.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
That's what I meant.
Don't move.
So moved by Dave.
Second by Deason. On the question?
Aye.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Number 9, and there's no resolutions or ordinances. Future items, next meeting is January 15th at 4:15. That must mean we have
Tourism, yep.
Another.
We have tourism, yeah.
Tourism.
Okay. We noted.
So it's four, yes, I got it.
You know what? I'm gonna write that down and I'm gonna see just how duly noted you have that. Okay?
Oh, and
Okay.
topics for
I'll be coming
future
back from
meetings?
Minnesota from ice fishing.
Just so you know, I'll have treats at night, so then we'll see
Yeah,
if you get here.
treats,
Okay,
treats, yeah,
okay.
liquid treats, I hope.
Staff
Top-
first? Yeah.
Nothing, recommend, remarks from staff?
As a reminder, there's a Christmas party, holiday party coming up. Please let us know if you are gonna be here.
I said yes already.
I called Valerie today,
Okay, perfect.
just double check to make sure she got my, cause I didn't actually
She's hearing you right now. She's online.
personally talk to her, but.
Okay.
I did get your message, Dave.
Thank you,
Okay.
I
Valerie,
did not get a chance to get back to you.
thank you,
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Remarks from committee members?
Nothing for me and yes on the party and both of us stinks. So, but Valerie already has that.
Okay.
What are you bringing?
I'm bringing a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm bringing more than
I
I'm taking.
just thought I'd check.
Bringing more than I'm
As
taking.
long as you brought it up, I thought I'd just ask. Okay.
Okay. Any announcements?
You know, another thing, if we don't want to meet at 4:15, we can keep it at 4:30. The only reason is so sometimes the tourism runs a little long. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, but how do you know that?
Go look at me.
that's
I
why
haven't
we
helped you at all
started
tonight. I mean,
finance first.
you've been on my anchor. You've
You're an
been
anchor, buddy.
anchor my butt. Yeah. You take it out on somebody else.
Well, it's all right. I mean, as long as I remember it. I
I'm not
mean,
sure
you know,
how.
I had it in my head, it was, last time it was 4:30 and I was thinking I was early because I came in at 4:17 or something like that. You know, so,
Hey, chief.
I mean, unless somebody else has a problem with 4:15, but you know,
4:30 is
I do
fine.
not.
I just gotta remember.
It's random in my brain.
Okay, 4:15, the next meeting, January 15th.
Duly noted.
All right, and there are no announcements? All right, then, motion to
Yes,
adjourn.
please.
Gemma?
Dave.
Hey, Dave, yes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 5:03.
So Jamie, just how much